5.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediaco.com today. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live with your girl, MzMetchi. Brought to you by Philly 101.5 and Indie 95.3 and Fluent Radio. Shout out to our partners, Be Your Own Kind and Ms. Z with the Tea, honey. And thank you to our amazing sponsors, Tax Strategy, Black Dollar Days, Fiya Infusions, and last but not least, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Okay, tune in every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Philly. All right, y'all, it's showtime. Let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in, and right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi. All right, hey man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening in? What's happening in? Ow! It's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Ow! Hey, man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. And I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Ow! Fabo!
Hey, y'all. No candles lit. Y'all come on in. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. It's lit. Get your drink. Shout out to Chazo. This is No Candles Lit from Go Ill. Shout out to Seven Lee. Shout out to the crew. I deserve it. Okay. Get your drink. Come on in. Ooh, baby. Look, y'all already know I had to open it up. Funny thing, I was already listening to that song anyway. I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna open with that tonight. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and baby, I am happy to be here after this turbulent week that we have been having. Okay, I'm happy to be back on with you all. I hope wherever you are that you are having a great week. If you're in the areas where it's cold, honey, I hope that you are warm, safe, and tucked in. And we're definitely sending out thoughts and prayers for all of those that are still battling the wildfires and just all of this other chaotic weather that's been going on. So welcome back this week. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, if you like the song that I opened up to tonight, that was No Candles Lit. That was Chise Up, okay, with Seven Lee. And that project is the Go Ill project, okay? I mean, come on now. It don't get no better than that. It's so Chicago, so everything that you need. So shout out to the crew for that song. You all can stream No Candles Lit on all platforms, okay? Wherever you listen to your favorite music, you can find that entire project, okay? Shout out to my listeners that are tuning in with me through our Facebook and YouTube live, okay? I always love to jump in with the conversation as far as that's concerned, and it's always appreciated. If you're interested in advertising with me, please make sure that you visit the bpmediaco.com or MzMetchi.com for more information. There are ad slots available. There are other opportunities for you to advertise your business with the events that we have going on with the Blueprint Media Company. So I would love if you all reach out to me. Shoot me an email, shoot me a DM. Let's work. It's 2025. I think that in the times that we are currently in, it's very important for us to kind of pull together and work with one another. Okay. work with each other, help one another out, kind of share those resources and pull those things together. So I am here. I'm here for you all. This platform is not just for me, but it is literally to promote you. Thank you so much to our radio partners, Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3 and Indy 101.5. Every Sunday, you all can catch the replay of the Blueprint Live on each of their radio stations. Okay, you can either log in online or through their FM station to go ahead and access that. So everyone tuning in from Chicago, Jersey, and Philly, I greatly, greatly appreciate you all so much. And look, the best thing about it, what I love with the show, it's literally available everywhere, you all. So all you have to do is go on there. Hey, Auntie Tracy, what's up, girl? Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, if you are on the go, okay, if you're on the go girl like me, you're gonna want to go to Spotify, iHeart, anywhere where you're tuning into some of your favorite shows. You can catch the Blueprint Live there as well. I try to make it available for everyone so that there's no excuse why you cannot listen in and to support everyone. Now, tonight, I don't have a guest, okay? But I do have to shout out my sponsors. Shout out to my sponsors, Live Long Health, Pretty Curvy Savage, Paris Ice Bar, and Fiya Infusions. Now, if you visit livelonghealth.net, I recognized last week, I think I said .com in thinking too fast, but please visit livelonghealth.net, okay? If you mention the promo code Blueprint, you will get discounts off of their health and weight managed services, as well as any of the other services that they offer. And I mean, you know, like for me, I want to go and get an IV drip. I want to go and get hydrated and do what I need to do. So I'll definitely be going, but mention promo code Blueprint so that you can get your discounts. And of course, with Pretty Curvy Savage, if you visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi 10, you do get special savings at checkout. Okay. And I just, you know, I'm really loving my sponsors because it's just like, it's literally something, all the people that are involved, these are people and businesses that I genuinely rock with. Okay. Paris Ice Bar, she is your mobile bartender. Shout out to my cuz. She definitely, we kicked it this weekend. So shout out to her. And of course, Fiya Infusions. Thank you so much. Yes, it's a happy Thursday. Now look, let me tell you all. Tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about the craziness this week. And I don't have a better title. That is what it's literally so much going on that it's hard to take in. Okay. What's up, David? David joined the party early tonight. He said, what's going on? Watching from 1846 Coffee Shop in Cedar Hill, Texas. Shout out to David. Okay. David, I'm really excited. He has, been integral and he's going to be connecting me with someone that they've got a really, really dope project that's out. So I'm excited to make some things happen with them in the coming weeks so that we can promote their project. But thank you so much for tuning in with me, David. You know, we always appreciate when Texas is in the building. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Now, yeah, tonight's topic, I'm going to just, you know, we've got a lot of things to touch on. This week has been, while it's flown by, it's been filled with a lot of things that we are definitely going to be hopping into for tonight's the hate it and love it, what's happening, what's up. I don't think that there is a way to have a conversation about this week without mentioning the obvious. Okay. I'm going to move on. It was a lot of craziness this week, but we definitely have to jump in. Okay. So that's going to be tonight's topic. Now, what I'm going to do is take a I want to give you all a quick word from one of our sponsors, Live Long Health. And then we're going to go ahead and hop into tonight's Hate It and Love It. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. All right, y'all, it's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. And now it is, of course, time for the Hate It and Love It. Okay. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you this. Hold on, because I want to put this comment on the screen really quick. David said, I'm so excited and can't wait to have filmmakers Leola Gross and Keenan Veen on your show. Thank you so much, David. You know what? David's been a supporter for the Blueprint Live for a while now. And I cannot remember exactly how we connected. I just know that he's been on the live and we have been rocking ever since. And I love really connecting with everyone. I mean, we're all the way over here in the Chicagoland area. So to be able to, genuinely have support and to have someone that is rocking with the show. I mean, so much to the point that you can bring us these two amazing filmmakers to come on. David, you are appreciated. So, if I haven't said it before, definitely want to just take a moment to say thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that tunes in with me every week. Of course, Auntie Tracy is always here. Y'all know it don't be the same. Auntie Tracy missed 1 week and I had Negroes texting me and like, where your auntie at? Like, she good? I'm just like, yeah, she's good. She's resting. She's busy. She's outside doing auntie things, So, I mean, I'll go ahead and kick off tonight's Hate It and Love It with that being the Love It. Last week I celebrated my anniversary for the business, for the Blueprint Media Company. And it was really, really beautiful to just take some time to reflect on day one when I started the show up until now. So, in just taking a moment to honor that, because I know Latifah gonna be coming in at some point too, and Kim and everyone is certainly it warms my heart every week, because I remember when I did this show January in 2019, I would have people that would be irritated when I used to tag them in the show. And, I was just trying to, at that point, get a following, get people to support, let them know what I was doing. And I ruffled a lot of feathers back then, because I was definitely one of those old marketers that used to tag 99 people. And I'm blessed in this season to sit here 6 years later. Like, and granted, I'm not up there with a lot of the other platforms and everything, but you know what? Sometimes when you're doing things from the heart, it may take you a little bit more time than people that see the instant success. And I'm okay with the slow growth, because the people that come along this journey, they usually stay. And I'm very, very thankful for that. So, that is my love it this week, definitely to kick it off. In celebrating last week, it just brought up so many memories. I definitely got emotional last week, because no one sees the work and the things that go into it. And I am a true solopreneur. I'm very thankful in this season to have people that work with me and alongside. I have, more resources than what I did from day one. But overall, what you see is what you get. Like, this is me. I'm that girl, and so I'm thankful for being able to continue with the strength that I have to continue to keep pushing through, because you never know. Like, you all tune into the show every week, and I'm always very transparent on here, but to the world, not a lot of people really know the things that I've had to battle with, on this journey. So today my love it is that I'm just super thankful at this point, and I'm still celebrating, still, taking the time to truly stop and smell the flowers along the way. Sometimes when you are always used to scaling up, you don't really get a chance to stop and to celebrate your wins, because you're constantly trying to obtain the next win. And in this season, I feel like that there's room to do both. So I'm thankful for that. And let's see. Hold on. I want to go back into the comments. David said that puts a smile on my face. Of course, and look, what do we do over here, David? Now, you've been watching the show long enough. We are going to give flowers to people while they are here. Okay. So I'm just like this. I don't mind adorning the people that support me and that love on me and that are, constantly pouring into me. You have to pour back. Okay. Let that be a word for you today, for somebody. Let people pour into you too. Because I used to have a problem with that. But, I'm used to giving the love, and then sometimes you don't usually get it back. But in this season, it's all about reciprocation. So I'm glad that I could put a smile on your face, because every time when you all pop into the comments, or y'all join the conversation, or y'all put something crazy in there that has me cracking up into the point that I have tears, that puts a smile on my face. So right back at you, bro. Right back at you. Auntie Tracy, she of course laughing. He said, "Thank you. Hey Faye, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for checking in." Auntie Tracy said, "OMG, thanks y'all for checking on me." Girl, of course. 2 snaps in a circle. Okay. Now, let me tell you this. I had a moment today. This is a recently added Love It. And know that I'm starting off in Love It's because I'm in a good place. But I'm really excited to announce that I will be on the red carpet working it for the Black Excellence Awards that's going to be taking place next month. Shout out to Bev the Boss. She reached out to me today, and my love it that I am pulling from this announcement is, first off, yay. I always love to get on the red carpet and to be able to network and interview with different people, to meet them and learn more about them. So I'm super excited about the opportunity. You all know MzMetchi never misses an opportunity to get up and get dressed and get out here in the scene. So I'm super excited about being able to be a part of the Black Excellence Awards. I'm certainly looking forward to doing that. But the Love It tonight comes from my conversation with Bev, and it happened instantly. So before we even got to that part, she's like, "Sis, I see you out here doing it." And I'm just like, "Sis, I'm like, I'm trying to do a little something." You know what I'm saying? Like, how sometimes we like to dial it back, right? Because the reality is, it was like when she said that to me, I'm just like, "Sis, I am trying to do my thing. I am trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm actively doing it, but we play small." And what she said to me was that this is the Love It. She's just like, no. She stopped me immediately in my tracks. And she's like, "Nah, we doing big things out here." She's like, "No," she's like, "You not trying to do it, but you are doing it." You know what I'm saying? And it was just, for me, I always love, as queens, we always lift each other up. You all know Bev the Boss has been on the show several times. She is a pillar within the Chicagoland area and beyond. You know what I'm saying? I mean, an entrepreneur. She's got businesses, so many different things that she does to put on for the other businesses. And I love that it was just a soft reminder that sometimes, okay, it's okay to pop your itch. We can't be so humble that we kind of hide ourselves, or we don't want to talk about the abundance in our life, right? We don't want to do that. And I hadn't talked to her in a while, so naturally I ain't gonna get on like, "Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm popping big stuff," because we know that success sometimes is quiet. It's quiet. But when you are in good company, okay, when you're around good people, good energy like Bev the Boss, it's very, very easy to stand in your glory of all of the things that you're doing. So my love it tonight was that, like, queens see other queens. And I was very thankful that in that moment she checked me, because I would have done the same thing had it been my friends, or had, you know what I'm saying, anyone that I had reached out to, like, "Oh no, baby, you're doing it." And I do that often, but for some reason, when it's my turn, I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm trying to do a little something." No, we doing big somethings, big things. There is an abundance, and I love that for us. So Bev, thank you for that moment today. It truly, truly, I told her right then and there, I said, "Sis, this has absolutely lifted my spirit." It lifted my spirits, and not that they were down, right? But it was just, I had my head tucked in, just trying to do my work and do everything. I'm trying to handle stuff. I was doing things when she called, but it's like, no, I'm not trying to do something. I am actively doing it. Okay. I love those soft reminders. That's the Love It for this week. Now, I'm going to say something, because we got a lot to talk about in a lot of the topic for tonight, and even the what's happening, what's up. We know that Monday was a big change. Outside of it being MLK Day, I really, really wish that the inauguration was not on MLK Day. So I'll kick it off with this. This was deeply disturbing to me, and I just want us to have a soft reminder, because this is the hated it. I need you all to subscribe to other news sources outside of the ones that are where we live. Okay. Something that did not sit well with my spirit. Hey, Drea, what's up, girl? Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. So during the inauguration, when President Donald Trump, he moved into office, they had him sit down to sign a series of executive orders. And it ticked me off because he literally tried to dismiss the reporters and everything from the room before they got down to the last executive order, which was the one for MLK. Make it, every president that comes in, they sign this particular order to ensure that this continues to be a federal holiday. Okay. He tried to dismiss those people from the room. Okay. PBS was one of the only news channels that was still rolling, but accidentally, and this is PBS, right? Like, who's pumping into PBS? They're not biased at all. Like, they're literally just reporting what is in front of them. They were one of the only ones that actually caught this video of him doing that. And he does this like thing with his nose. And if you kind of know, it would indicate that someone's doing something that may be a little bit sly. Okay. He dismisses all of them. They tell him what the actual executive order is. Now, mind you, this tape is rolling. He politely told him to go, scratched his nose as if to say, like, hey, get this out of my face. They removed all of those executive orders. Okay. Now, they did take down the White House website. So there's a lot of things that's not on there, but there's a lot of things that happened this week that we're going to cover. Auntie Tracy, wait a minute. Let me get into this comment. David, being active is a part of your lifestyle. Absolutely. You got to get out and get active. Auntie Tracy, well, the preacher set it off. Did you see their face? It was priceless. And that's the only part of it I looked at. I did, Auntie Tracy. And I actually, you know what? We're going to be talking a little bit more about that later on in the show, because I did actually see what she had to say. And I definitely have some more thoughts on that. I'm going to take a really quick break. And when we come back, I have a really juicy, I can't even call this like juicy. This particular What Would You Do is just downright dirty. And I'm really just wondering what is wrong with people. Okay. I don't know. But we're going to take a quick break. So I want you all to just be on pause real quick, because this What Would You Do is off the chain. It's on the chain. It's the chain.
Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus-size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Let's get into today's What Would You Do, where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Welcome back. Shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to my sponsors. Okay, let me get, what are y'all talking about in the comments? Auntie Tracy said that I have a dream prayer was awesome. Yes, it was, girl. It was Auntie. It was a lot going on, girl. Clock that. Now, tonight's What Would You Do? This is one that I actually saw online. Shout out to Michael Turner. He is pretty dynamic and he shared this particular story. It was submitted anonymously. Hey, boo. Hey. Friend check again. Yes. Kim, you're gonna get a kick out of this one. Now, I'm not gonna say a kick. This is a very unfortunate situation. Let me be clear. Woo, yes, y'all are in the building. Come on now. Tonight's What Would You Do is downright scandalous. Okay. If you don't like scandalous things, I invite you to scroll for the next few moments and you can come back for tonight's What's Happening, What's Up, because I have some updates that you cannot miss. Okay. If you are a U.S. citizen, you need to be tuning in to tonight's What Would You Do, or the What's Happening, What's Up, and tonight's topic. But this What Would You Do is downright trifling, scandalous, conniving, ill. But we listen and we don't judge. But if we did have to judge, they would fall under those particular boxes. Okay, I'll read this to you. She wrote to him initially, been wanting to write you for over a year now. I have a secret that I thought about taking to my grave. My stepdad died, which opened up a Pandora's box. He's the father of my oldest child. He took my virginity at 18 and continued to have sex with me until I got married. It was my idea. My mother was at work. He was drunk in the den watching basketball when I approached him. He tried his best to force me to stop, but it didn't work. I put the child on my husband, and still to this day, he doesn't know the truth. I'm wrong for it, but what else was I to do? My stepdad died last year and left my son over $100,000. He only left my mother the house, but she questioned why he would leave my son that amount of money. My best friend has kept this secret with me for the last 21 years. My mom asked, was he the father? And I told her, F no. I even made a scene to make it sound believable. They favor a lot to the point that I'm surprised that it wasn't an issue while he was still alive. I think she knew, but doesn't have proof. I used to intentionally start arguments with him to make her think I hated him. Should I come clean since he's passed on, or do I just need to keep quiet? We listen and we don't judge. Okay, I need to know from y'all. I just gave you the situation. I see you all are kind of coming in the on our live, for those of us that are tuning in on Facebook as well as YouTube. Baby, what are we thinking about this one? This is horrible. 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 Okay. I'll kick it off as far as for this one, because baby, I need a shot. Okay. Kim, wait, take it to the grave. Okay, I'm getting into these comments. Kim said at this point, she just needs to take it to the grave. Auntie Tracy said, let that one go with him. It is horrible. Y'all, I respectfully disagree. I disagree. So this is the thing. I'm thinking from the perspective of the son. I'm thinking from the perspective of her husband, who is the father. Like, sis, you probably supposed to get back a little bit of that turmoil that you put out there, because you've had someone take care of a child that wasn't his for over 21 years. And this is the thing, like, we know medically different things go on where it's like, you kind of need to know where you come from. You need to have some type of you need to have some type of information there. You can't go in, you don't even know what your blood type is, Lord. You don't even know what's going on because no one told you anything. I think that that's unfair to the other people that's involved. So I don't know. I don't think it's call Ayanla. So call someone. I think it's got to come out. This the thing. If you do something crazy like that, when you do bad things, you have to know that there's some type of endpoint to how far you can get with doing that bad thing. And if you get out unscathed, it doesn't mean that you still won't get caught up. I don't know. Auntie Tracy said sometimes some things are better left unsaid. Kim said her letting everybody know this deep dark secret is not going to do anything but ruin everybody's lives. Now, should she tell them at a point? Absolutely, but she should probably tell them on her deathbed. I know that's Val, but she's going to destroy way more lives with the secret coming out. Okay, David said facts. Okay, yeah, I'm really conflicted. What's up, Great Games Chess Club? This could be life-threatening, to be honest. Yeah, she would certainly have a lot of people on her head, you know. Drea said after she run away, send a postcard. Okay, so this is the thing. I'm actually, Kim, what you said, I'm going to bring your comment back up. The deathbed is, that's such a that's such a timeline. Because it's just like, you know, what if something happens with the mom? Or if somebody else is on their deathbed before she is? Like, do you still take it to the grave? It's gotta, I just don't feel like that everybody should not, somebody gotta know something. Somebody got to know something. And God bless, I tell you what, God bless the best friend that's been holding on to that too. That's a big ass secret. Shoot. Whoa. This one is extreme, y'all. 21 years. 21 years. You slept with your mother's husband. What? And because I was looking at the age, I'm like 18. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I knew what was going on with the pum pum at 18. I knew where I wanted it to go. I knew when it was coming with me and when it was going. I knew who it was being given to. Approaching someone that's supposed to be a family member to you, that definitely would not be the place where I would go and try to offer the pum pum. No, but we listen and we don't judge. But it's just like, it was scandalous from day one. Like, sis, 21 years? You waited till the baby could drink? The mom has to know. Who said that earlier in the comments? Let me go back. Drea said it. Mama know damn well. The mama gotta know, like, because immediately once the policy was up, baby, why did you leave this much for the grandchild? I'm your wife. I could disperse that to the grandbabies. I'm still here. I got to still live. Are you okay? The mama has to know that something is up. It's something to it. Kim said, well, her best friend knows, so somebody knows the truth and can tell. But unless there's an absolute dire need for it to come out, I would keep my mouth shut. Yeah. I mean, once you're kind of in that predicament, like, this is one of those things where it's like, if you are the best friend in this situation, you have to completely remove yourself. You cannot, there can be no involvement as far as that's concerned. So yes, I agree with you on that. Drea, I'm sure her mom knows it had to have been some type of indicators after all this time. Absolutely. Because although I don't have children, I would say this, like, parents know their children. You ever been in the grocery store and hear somebody call out mama and the actual mama come running and it's like 17,000 mamas that's around? Okay. Mothers know their children. And then when you get with your man, and if you've been with him for so long, I mean, if the boy is 21 years old, we can at least account for those 21 years. That's a hell of a long time to be with somebody. You know your man. So even if you probably can't pinpoint if he's doing something, yes, you know, your spirit will become enlightened if you need to be put on notice. I think so. You gonna know something is up, but you know, And it's up to you if you go looking or not. But I believe that the mom knows too in this instance. So should she come clean because he's passed away? That was the question. Should she come clean? Or do I just need to keep quiet? I would say in this situation, so I'm in agreement with what I'm really impartial with this situation, but what I will say is this: do the people that are all involved deserve to know and to have some resolve? Absolutely. Waiting until this woman's deathbed could potentially be egregious. So I feel like she's going to have to pick a certain point, but there's several reasons of why it needs to be revealed. It does. And it goes so much deeper. People don't even think about that. They don't. And we all have our own stories. Okay. Somebody knows somebody right now that they think they the daughter and their mama is their mama, but that's really their auntie. Okay. Like, it's real situations that's going on out here where people will do things within their family dynamic and lie about certain things. And it ends up becoming very detrimental to people once it does actually come out. You know what I'm saying? And then how selfish of it that you would hold on to that secret potentially until the very end, right? Like until your end, until you about to meet your maker. And then you leave that grief on the person that's behind when you probably could have at least been there. It's just like, hey, you caused the hurt. You could have at least been there to help soothe. Okay. That's my thoughts on it. Be real. Be real, because I tell you what, and I'll keep it short like this, because you know I would never want to compromise the integrity of anything that I know. But have I known, seen, witnessed, or felt different situations where I've been around someone and been able to feel that emotion off of them not knowing what was what when it came to either, you know, maternity, paternity, whatever it was. They didn't know if this person was actually their family member or not, you know. And unless you've been around to actually witness some of those breakdowns, some of those tears, some of those things that go on, and heard some of the emotions that come up that seem to be consistent, like, damn, they were selfish. Wow, that was messed up. Oh my God, you could have told me. I wish that I would have known this at this particular point. I feel X, Y, and Z. These are some of the things that come up for the person, for the son. Okay, for the husband that sat there and he was a good husband and took care of this boy as if it was his own, and it wasn't. It's unfair. You know what I'm saying? And if you do bogus things, you have to be willing to stand on it if it comes out. That's the reality of it. If I decide to go and do a bad thing, I 100% know that I would have to stand 10 toes down and take accountability if it come out. Everybody that did something. We all got chapters we don't want to read out loud, right? But when they start getting read out loud, baby, you got to stand like the words on the pages, okay? I know somebody got to feel me. So she knew when she laid down with him and she continued with this lie year after year, you got to pay your toll. The longer you go on with some stuff, you know, if you stay on the train long enough, the fare is higher coming back, okay? That's for real. Let's see. Drea said, this is sad. I feel bad for mom and the son. Absolutely. I feel bad for those two. I feel bad for her husband now. Absolutely. Kim, for her mother to even ask her that question lets me know that there's something going on that the mother saw beyond the policy. The girl is trifling as hell, don't get me wrong, but at this point, she needs to take it to the grave. I respect that, Kim. Absolutely. I mean, you know, I'll put this back up. Mother knows. Mother knows. I think that her mom is certainly hip to the fact that something is going on, even if she can't really pinpoint it. Because for me, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Let me just be real. I'm the wife that's nosy. So I'm going to, and not nosy in a way to be facetious in any way, but just more so like I'm going to know what the policies are. I'm going to see the beneficiaries and all that other stuff, because 9 times out of 10, we've done our estate planning together as a married couple. Or even if you're not married, even if you're just in a long-term relationship, if you decide to set up your assets and your estate a certain type of way, you know, it typically is going to involve some type of camaraderie in the process. because I need to be listed for you. You need to be listed for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm old school, whatever, because I'm just like, I'm going to leave it to another adult to disperse to the children, to everybody else. I'm not. What? Is everybody okay? So it's already some red flags with that. I believe that the mom knows too. She does. And that's unfortunate that she has to have that her daughter is a little trifling like that. Because it's like, why are you looking at your mama's man like that? I have questions. What was going on in your life that you looking at your mama's man? Are people really that trifling out here? Somebody answer me that. I think that they are, but that's a little bit too close of a vicinity. I don't know. Maybe I'm selfish. I don't like to share. And it's especially not, it's too close. Come on now. That's your mama's man. Why you ain't just let that man just be drunk? And then it's, from the words that was on there, it sounded a little bit like on some Me Too type of like, but in reverse. He was drunk in the den when she approached him. Why? There's so many questions in this situation. My final thing, I've read the most of the comments. I think that we all know that ethically and morally, everyone deserves to know. So, congratulations, we're not horrible people, right? But I think that we know how detrimental this could be. Sometimes when we make decisions or we do different things, we may just kind of like block out everything and only think of ourselves. But you see situations like this that could have very long-standing impacts. So it's really important to take a look at that in terms of how we do things. Now, the song goes, we fall down, but we get up. So again, we're not going to judge sis, but sis, you can't be moving out here like Pooh Shiesty. It gives like, when as I read this, it gives like a woman with one of those Pooh Shiesty masks on. Can't see her face, only her eyes. And she's coming in to do bad things. Because, yo mama, man. Drea said, yes, I know a situation similar, but everyone knew and didn't care. Right. It's just like, okay, like, how did granddaddy become daddy? Yeah. I think we all know that they should. Yes, Drea. Everyone, I think we can all agree and come to that consensus that they should all know. But unfortunately, it may not be the right time. Her son deserves to know. There are things that come up, y'all. Y'all have to remember there are things that come up health-wise where, it could come down to things for when this boy goes off to have his own children. He deserves to know his ancestry. He deserves to not have to go and find out through ancestry.com or another, way to find out the real answers when he can hear it from the horse's mouth. Mamas make mistakes too, and that's okay. Nobody's judging. No one can judge you for your mistake. It's how you come out of those mistakes or out of those bad judgment calls that really, really show the true merit of your character. We're not here to judge, but with this sis, it's just like, man, she had been sitting on that for a little while. God bless that entire family, for real, because that's horrible. She said, your grandmother who have said you be the dog to carry to bury the bone, not the one who carries it. Yep. Yeah, that's for real. Kim said they are really that trifling. And that's what I'm saying, Kim. I guess like as I was reading this and sharing it with you all, and when I picked this one for tonight's What Would You Do? I was just so appalled. It almost felt like that it was like a fake and made up story. But these are real situations that people deal with on a day-to-day, month-to-month, year-to-year basis. They are holding in some of these things. And it leaves the people that are left behind with a lot of unanswered questions. I mean, I look at it even from a mental and emotional point, that can do something to somebody. when the whole essence of everything in your entire life experience is not actually real, or you just recognize that it wasn't the original version of what it probably should have been. You calling your own father granddaddy. Be freaking for real. Like, be for real. Let's see. Great Gains Chess Club. I think so long as well hold our judgment, we provide cover for this type of morally corrupt behavior. Yeah, this is the thing. I think that everyone also you're able, judgment may be the wrong word, but I think that you're able to immediately clock whatever it is. So if it's a bad judgment call, if you are being morally corrupt, if you know what I'm saying, are being deceitful, you're doing this types of stuff, absolutely, you can immediately clock that behavior. But it does come down to a point of, when do you hold it accountable? I would love to be a fly on the wall for the conversations that were had with her and the friend, though, because I'm pretty sure that her friend was probably chewing her up. A real best friend is gonna chew you up when you're wrong. They are going to make sure that you show up as your best version of yourself. Because I tell you what, if my friend was holding on to something trifling like that, nah, baby, it seemed like you need some facilitation to go ahead and stand on business. Right, Kim? Kim, you are in the comment. I think you can contest. Hey, baby, I think you need to go on ahead. And we've had those conversations. You know, and now granted, it ain't to no magnitude like this. We are very demure. We're very cutesy. We know how to handle ourselves. We don't operate like that. We're not those type of women. However, if there's times where it's just like this, hey, no, or you need to apologize, or that wasn't right, or I'm appalled at your actions. We have absolutely had those conversations to hold one another accountable, so that you are not just out here being with a poo shiesty friend. Like, because my whole thing is like, baby, you'll do that to your own mama. What would you do to me? I can't have them type of people in my circle. No, if you'll do that to the person that gave birth to you, you will do anything to me. If you could do that to your mama, you would have close to no regard for me. So, Great Gains Chester, I definitely agree with you on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't hold it. You're not supposed to hold it, but there is a way to lovingly tap your friend and let them know, hey, that's not right. And you better straighten up and fly right. You better believe it. For all of my girlfriends, if it came down to it, and then this is the thing that I love about us. One thing I love about my friend group that I hope that this young lady that wrote in for this, what would you do, that she has is that if we are going to try to get advice from our friends, so say we run a situation past them, what I love with all my girlfriends is that we are going to show up to that conversation and we going to tell you, like, yeah, I cussed them out. I went off on them. I did this. I did that. We can be just that transparent, because in all of my friendships, we value the real connection and really being able to like, don't sit up there and tell me, you telling me you having problems with what that man did or whatever the case is, and then you didn't say that you didn't pour bleach on all this stuff, destroy this PlayStation, or whatever it is that you girls are doing to get the guys going at this point. It's no way you can leave that information out and expect for real connection, real transparency, really to get the real things. You got to be able to tell the real, both sides of it. What did you do wrong in the situation? What was prompted? Were you passive aggressive? Did you do whatever? We have real conversations like that. I just pray that this young lady in this tonight's What Would You Do, that she has at least somebody in her life that's gonna, excuse my language, get in that ass if need be. Because sometimes you have to get in your friend's ass, especially if you're the only one that's holding on to it. You're the only one that knows all of this. And at any moment you could drop it if you want to. A real best friend is not going to do that, but a real best friend is going to force you to do it because you got yourself into this situation. Your best friend didn't lay down with your stepdaddy. You did. We listen again and we don't judge, but we do feel like it's some wrongs that need to be righted, if that makes sense. And I don't know where you can begin, but I would say in this situation, my real answer is honestly, this is a situation that will either need some type of, depending on their background, some type of spiritual intervention, or it's going to need some maybe a more therapeutic type of intervention. I don't believe in addressing this conversation in a space where it's just like could potentially get beat up. I wouldn't do this particular situation in public. Definitely in an enclosed space where if y'all get to thumping, because that's still your mama. You slept with your mama's man. So understand, like, your mama is probably the only person in this world and your daddy that could really actually whoop you for real. Like, without reason, without whatever, like, and I ain't talking about like whooping, like abusive type of thing, but just really like on some, like, if you slept with your mama, I wouldn't be surprised if at whatever age you are, if she took her belt off and just got to like doing whatever she needed to do, because girl, what? Like, so you should definitely get some type of intervention. Don't do it alone. Get you some type of support, but don't have everybody up in your business like that. And don't involve the best friend, because then they're going to look at her like an op because she kept everything together. So you truly have to handle this with an outside third-party source. That would be my advice in the situation. If you choose to unearth this 21-year secret, you have to know that you are going to unearth 21 years of turmoil, pain, chaos, confusion, and calamity. You have to know that that's what's awaiting you on the other side of that confession. And that's okay. Sometimes we make our beds and those beds get a little bit hard sometimes. So we're not going to be too hard on you. But the real advice is that if you are going to let them know and you feel it on your heart that now is maybe the time to reveal that information, you may need to seek some additional assistance to be of a support for everyone that's involved, because there's going to be a lot of hearts that's going to break. And that's just the reality. It is. And it's sad. It's sad. Even if you choose to take it to the grave, and there are other ways that this information comes out in your absence, all of those words that I mentioned, the chaos, the calamity, the confusion, is still going to be present. I mean, you won't have to deal with it, but that's a lot to leave behind without them being able to have that closure to hear it from the horse's mouth. So in this situation, we pray that you do the right thing. David, when people do you wrong, they try to avoid the situation. Tracy said, well, we will see what head the dad was thinking with. Some lines you don't cross, period. Absolutely. I mean, you know what? They sometimes people that be on the predator type of stuff, they find each other. I don't know. She messy. I agree with you, Auntie Tracy. We're going to take a really quick break. And when I come back, we're going to hop into tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. Y'all, it's a lot of things that are going on, and I'm going to do my best. Let me say this before I go to break. I'm going to do my best over these next 4 years, if you catch my drift. It's not going to be super political, but I want to bring you the highlights of things that I hear, because I get deep in the research. I want to know what's going on in the world around me, and I'm gonna keep y'all informed. And there's some things that are going on that have happened this week that I just want to put it on y'all radar for real, because I care. It's really from what Monique said. It's from the heart. Okay, we'll be right back after this break.
Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Now, before we get into all the real stuff, we back. This is tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. Okay, brought to you by our amazing sponsors. Shout out to Live Long Health. Shout out to Pretty Curvy Savage, Fiya Infusions, and Paris Ice Bar. Now, before we hop into like the news that you could really use, okay, y'all watch Love Is Blind? Who watched Love Is Blind? Woo! Me. So, what happened? I just saw, y'all know the last couple from the previous season, Ashley and Tyler. Baby, why did Ashley, she announced that they was getting divorced? I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, they look like that they were, happy she was accepting of his situation. I don't know, y'all. So definitely keeping an eye out on that situation. Okay, now let's go ahead. The next thing, because I felt like I wanted to be a little bit of a build up tonight, just a little bit. Did you all see? Because I didn't actually see the actual image, but whatever Sexy Red posted, she got into it with Bernice King. I'm like, sis, is you okay? Why would you post that? Our good sis, she's always posting some crazy things. Like Sexy Red is different for real. But she apologized. I was so glad that she didn't handle it in a Sexy Red way. Dare I say that? Okay, she did not handle it in a Sexy Red way. It was actually very, Bernice King, she said that it was distasteful. Her post was distasteful. And I'm like, that image must have been bad. I'm like, girl, you done pissed off Bernice King. What is going on? Okay, moving along. Now, we know that the inauguration was this week. This week has been a little bit crazy. Has it been crazy for y'all? Have y'all been seeing a lot of this? We in for it, but we together, right? We got each other. I love that for us. But this was Doug Emhoff, Vice President Kamala Harris's husband. So y'all remember last week I told you all that it ticked me off when that senator didn't shake her hand, right? Like, they were up there, she swore the wife in, all of that other stuff. He didn't shake the hand. Baby, Doug approached him, baby. Yes, Auntie Tracy. Doug approached him. He like, look, I ain't about to shake your hand either. And that's how we want our husbands to stand on business for us. Like, baby, like if you beefing with me, you beefing with us. You beefing with us. Now, since the inauguration, there were reports that Meta, as well as Instagram, they were force following President Trump as well as Vice President Vance. Okay, they were, and Meta had to come out and like release a statement that they weren't actually doing that. Okay, so it was, some people were actually providing the screenshots that they had never, mind you, these were creators and these were people that were very radical, that very liberal, very like, hey, no, we not with none of that. And they were showing receipts that they were automatically following them right after the inauguration. I think that it says a lot that at the inauguration, 3 of the wealthiest men in the world were sitting right behind him. Is that not odd to you guys? Is that not odd? Like, I did not watch the inauguration. I was part of that. I was part of the crew that didn't watch it. But of course, I saw the highlights afterwards because why not? You have to watch that. And I don't like it. I feel like even the whole thing, for one, TikTok went black last week. Who was there? Who was scrolling when it happened? I was. Y'all, I was on there. I sent a screenshot to Cam. I'm like, TikTok is really gone, friend. TikTok is really gone. We talked about that all the way to the Black and Gold party. I was just like, girl, I'm like, they really took it away. I'm like, these people, they trying to get some of the TikTok money. They hating on the creators over there. David says zero class Trump. He doesn't even come close to comparing to President Biden. It was so villainous the way that he went in and just undid everything that had been in place for. I mean, he took away. He signed an executive order, y'all, to take away the There was an executive order that was in place to lower prescription costs. They put a cap on it. You know, there was finally some reform that was coming as far as I was concerned. Immediately canceled. Immediately. Kim said the last 7 days have been crazy, full of meth, and that TikTok thing had me in my chest. Let me tell you, TikTok. I love the other platforms that I'm on. I'm very thankful. But TikTok has been a platform that I've been on for the shortest time, but that I've seen more growth and there's a lot more connection there. I'm very thankful that during that time where, you know, we thought that it was going to be shut down, that a lot of people were able to kind of like flow over to some of my other, you know what I'm saying, things so we could follow each other, because I've met other media girls. I've met my other makeup girlies. I've met, you know, just so many other people that are doing things, seeing restaurants, just even different things related to like mental health and how, you know what I'm saying, just like the affirmations, the women that were just on there solely speaking life into other women. Like y'all don't even understand TikTok. People that hate on it or people that were happy to see it go, they had the highest payouts. And I know that people don't think that content creation is a job, or that there's anything that goes along into it. And I mean, hell, that's a whole conversation that we can have as far as breaking down the branches of how you are as a content creator and what goes into it. I was absolutely in my chest, Kim. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Latifah, what's up, girl? Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna put that back up. Yeah, Saturday, I was literally, I wanted to take a nap before it was time for me to go out that night, but I didn't want to miss it. And baby, when I tell you, they were on TikTok acting a fool during the last hours of TikTok. And I'm not going to lie, since they came back with it, it has not been the same for me. It just hasn't. I've been seeing some videos of how to go in and kind of like play with the algorithm, but I'm like, it was never like that before. You were just able to actually go and you could go on the For You page and you were able to really connect, laugh, and do all those things. Like TikTok be the last app that I be on at the end of the night. Please don't bother me while I'm TikToking. If you see me on there and the green dot is on there in the wee hours of the night, mind your business. I am laughing and getting my life. I'm saving recipes. I'm doing things like that. I'm looking at nail designs. I'm looking at what restaurants I want to go to. I'm checking out resorts, travel, all of that other stuff. Leave me be. I don't have the capacity. David said, with that low inauguration turnout and the lowest rated television inauguration, there's no way Dump got 77 million votes. Clock that T. Now, this kind of ticked me off too. He released a statement, President Donald Trump. He says that he may withhold federal aid for the Los Angeles fires, okay, unless leaders change the state's approach on its management of water. So unless they get some type of system together as far as the water is concerned, he is going to withhold funds for them while they are burning to a literal crisp right now as we speak. I'm pretty sure if you go in and if you even go on TikTok and you type in LA fires, you are going to see it's still on fire now. And I, you know, with LA, having the opportunity, I've been out there twice so far. I used to live in the state of California, more in the Vallejo area, but LA is a beautiful city. It was fun when we went out there. It was a whole vibe. And to know that like they are going through this type of calamity and there's someone that's playing puppeteer with resources, it's unfortunate. It really is. It's very unfortunate. It's very sad. The Justice Department has also ordered a freeze on all current civil rights cases. They're also looking to retake a look at the reform that happened as far as with regarding like policing and different cases involving like police brutality. So we know that a lot of the things when they were bringing up the project 2025, we're seeing a lot of those things that they were discussing, a lot of those big components being rolled out immediately within the first week. So it's been quite overwhelming as far as with the changes. And in light of that, I'm really loving the fact that the city of Chicago and CTA launched a Know Your Rights ad campaign in response to President Trump's threat for mass deportations. So they're coming together to offer out tips to the public for, in the event that there are raids that are going on. It's even reports that they're going to start doing deportations, and they're starting in schools and churches. If you are an educator out here right now, I will try to do my best as far as with connecting with anyone that I know within those communities to share any resources that may be of value to you in case you find yourself with an agent at your school and you have anyone that is documented or undocumented in your classrooms, like just some tips on what you can do to really preserve that. And I mean, it's scary times that we're in, but it's better to be informed than uninformed. So shout out to the city of Chicago and CTA for putting that together. I was really surprised to hear that CNN was doing a lot of layoffs at their station for major restructuring. Now, to clock some tea, I feel like it's also, I'm like, y'all got to lay off people after y'all let go of Kumo and Don Lemon. But I ain't going to say nothing, though. I ain't going to say nothing. Latifah said, now they saying if you don't update this new version on EOS 18.2.1 on your phone, your TikTok app will be deleted by tonight. What? Oh, I'm sorry about that. I hope that you get it. I hope you get that update. I got a Samsung friend, so I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna stop getting updates at some point too, girl. We're gonna stop getting it. Now, you all know that they also said federally that they are only recognizing male and female as far as the genders. Honey, they have got the people mad. Mad, honey. I'm like, you are coming in and upsetting multiple subgroups of people. They also revoked a 60-year-old executive order requiring equal employment opportunity in government contracting. There are a lot of people of color, a lot of women, a lot of veteran-owned contractors that are really, really having a challenging time right now. They're having a challenging time. So, a lot of these contractors, they are worried because naturally, people, when you have people with money that are in power, they're going to want their friends to come and play along too. So it really it kind of leaves people outside of that box of whatever is going on. I told you all tonight's What's Happening, What's Up was going to be a lot. Now, to wrap up, I am loving the fact that Costco is pushing back on a shareholder proposal that urges the wholesale club to conduct an evaluation of any business risk posed by its diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. Investors were expected to vote on the recommendation during their company meeting today. So I'm sure that we'll have some updates as far as tomorrow. But Costco is still standing on business that they want to make sure that they keep any DEIA. Yes. Y'all know what I'm saying? Any diversity and inclusion to keep that within the companies, because as we know, once everything was announced with the election, a lot of the big name companies that you see, they started kind of switching and saying, hey, we don't need to do this diversity stuff anymore. We don't even need to have it. Let's do away with this. And it's very, very unfortunate because a lot of businesses that were able to get in through those channels are going to have to fight like hell to stay there. That's what it means. So I am wondering if there's a list. And so I'm putting a call out to you all if you know, okay? Because if you can find this list for me, I would love to be able to share that list amongst our network so that we can make sure that we're supporting other businesses that are truly supporting us, okay? So if you all have a list of any businesses that are currently now, as of today, that are supporting any diversity and inclusion efforts within their business, like, they are our allies. We want to make sure that we're shopping with them first before we have to go with some of the other businesses that may not be 100% for our best interest. So I'll leave you all with that for tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. When we come back, my Auntie Tracy at the top of the show, she mentioned the prayer. And I feel like that for me, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. It's absolutely necessary. I'll be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus-size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it's already time. Let's talk about the craziness of this week, okay? So many things have been going on. I mean, and we can skip a little bit all over the place tonight, but realistically, oh, David, I love this quote. He said, "The power of the people is much stronger than the people in power." There are things, they deleted the Constitution in a few places that it's usually been. I need you all to get familiar with the Constitution. Go back to that social studies class. Go back to some of those teachings, because I feel like that this is a season where we're going to have to really tap in and make sure that we are informed. If you're informed, that's the best thing that you can do right now. But something that was striking to me, I did see the prayer that was led by Reverend Marianne Edgar Bood. I'm hoping that I say her name correct. And Reverend Marianne, I thought that it was just one of the most beautiful requests. She was so soft-spoken, but she spoke with enough conviction to really shake the room. She shook the room. And she asked for him to have mercy. Okay. The things that she pled within that particular segment of her speech, I thought that it was done very eloquently. I felt like that, she didn't say anything that was bad. She didn't go. She wasn't ridiculing. She wasn't doing anything. She just asked for to have mercy. I mean, sometimes when you call out God to a demon, they get a little uncomfortable. President Trump's tweet after that service was vile and disgusting, in my opinion. I'm not going to even reread it, because I didn't appreciate it at all. Needless to say, it was just disgusting how they acted. I'm like, she came so humbly in the situation. Like, what did you want her to get on her hands and knees? Like, what's the problem here? I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused. So I didn't really like that. I mean, just even seeing the grins and the smirks as, they were signing all of these things to just completely undo the efforts that were put in place to actually help us. It was disgusting. And this is the thing, even if it would have been the other side doing that, I would have been like, wow, that's kind of crazy. Auntie Tracy said it was awesome. Orange Face didn't like that. It was a beautiful, beautiful message overall. And I just don't know how it registered as something that was so bad and that deserved the type of ridicule that it got. But what I loved was that she ended up going on to MSNBC, Reverend Marion, and what she said was, she's just like, hey, we can have basically respectful communication. We don't have to, we don't have to talk to one another like that. Like, he just says a lot of like horrible things about people. And I'm like, why? You're our whole world leader. Latifah said his facial expression said it all. I mean, he looked uncomfortable because it was like he was being called out. It's just like you're coming in and doing all of these things. Like you're putting everybody at a place of alarm. It's scary right now. I'll say this, to know something that I use as a resource for myself personally with the things that I've had going on. You all know I've been very transparent on the show. Was their website. The government had, excuse me, let me be very clear. The government had a website to direct women for different reproductive services and things that were available to them through their website. They completely shut that website down. It has not been back up. I'll check it tonight before I leave, but as of yesterday, at least the last time that I checked, that site was completely taken down. This is where women could find out about different things to get screenings. If you need to order breast pumps, there are so many different resources that was available on this site, and it was cut immediately. That's a problem. That's a problem. And no one is seeing it. And it's just like to come in and to undo all of these things so quickly, I think it's overwhelming to people. But I think the funniest thing, my auntie Frida sent me a video, and it was a lady that she was telling a story about how she went in. Her coworker was like extremely, like very, very like, make America great again. And she, I guess, didn't know that they were canceling the Affordable Care Act. She thought that because they kept calling it Obamacare, she didn't recognize that they were synonymous. And the lady laughed in her face. She opened up the story by saying that it was her first time being able to laugh in their face. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like when the video opened up, I'm like, I have to listen to this. I have to listen to it. Latifah said, starting tomorrow, no more abortions. Yeah. So see, for me, while that may not be something that's in my wheelhouse, someone may need that service. Like I have a condition that is dependent on some type of help as far as a contraceptive, so that I can like actually live a happy life. And to know that it's just like they want to threaten those things. I mean, they've already, I mean, they were coming for IVF, IUI, like all of these different things. It's so sad. It's just like, wow, why does anybody even care? What's going on? What does it mean to you? Is my question. This week has certainly, look, y'all, it has been a lot. I feel like it's been a lot to take in, a lot of changes. Some people, some fear, and that's okay. It's okay that's what you're experiencing and what you're feeling at this particular moment. It's affecting everyone in their own type of way. Whether if you are having a hard time getting groceries, you're worried about if you're going to be able to go to college. You have a hefty healthcare bill, or you need a medication and they are charging you the market rate. We're all impacted in some type of way, no matter which side of the fence that you sit on. So I know that this week was extremely a lot. It was a lot, but we have to protect our peace in this season, because this is the thing. My dad gave me this piece of advice it was about 2 years ago now. And he's just like, once you been kind of got down in the grid, you've experienced some things, or you've seen some things in your lifetime. You know how to handle yourself accordingly at that point, right? And while in this season things are a little bit more chaotic than they were during the previous time that the administration was in office, we got through those 4 years, and it was crazy ass 4 years, but we did get through it, and we're going to get through it again. And that's the beautiful thing. Once you've already seen what it is that you're dealing with, and it's okay. We know how to handle ourselves accordingly in this season. And I'm going to bring you all the updates and the stories on what's happening, what's up. There may always be something, if it's an initiative, or if it's an order that's put out that is going to impact you, expect to hear about it on what's happening, what's up, because it's important that we continue to be informed, okay, and support each other in this season. So if it's opportunities for you to be able to get some type of assistance, if they got some type of programs, baby, I'm going to report on it and what's happening, what's up, especially if no other time, definitely within over these next few years that we're about to go through, because this could be a time where it's like we could wallow and we can sit up and just be mad and be like, oh my goodness, we going through this again. Or this is a time where we could really bind together. For real. Share those resources. Let's stop being crabs in a barrel. Let's get together. Let's get together and let's do it. That's where we at right now. Latifah said we all need a drink right now. I'm already there, sis. Already there. He's taking away medical care rights. He's just going crazy. Yeah, they've sat back and they've analyzed everything that they wanted to dismantle, just for the simple fact that they could. And I think that that's probably the part that's the most disappointing, because a lot of the people that even, wanted to go that way, I don't judge anyone, and this is the thing. I respect everybody. I love to hear people's point of view. Everyone has their own reasons for why. There are some people that I know that voted for him because, they have an extreme amount of wealth and they're looking out for their best interests, and no one is wrong. No one is wrong, but we have to have people that is for everybody. And I don't know about you all. I will say, as a Black woman, as someone that is, an endo survivor, like all of these different, hats and different things that I tip off. I have several reasons of why, like, this particular win is just like, hey, go everybody. We're all American, but it absolutely impacts me. And I don't know too many people that it hasn't impacted them in some type of way almost immediately. But we can get through this because we did it already. That's the beautiful part about it. We know what this looks like. We know that there's going to be, some heightened things, and racially things are going to come up, and we're going to do what we have to do. But baby, the beautiful thing about it is we thank our ancestors, but we are not our ancestors. We're a completely different group. If you know, you know. Okay. And I'm going to leave it at that. When I come back from tonight's break, we're going to go ahead and hop into the quote of the night to close out. Be right back.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types. And baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Kim, I see you over here in the comments. She said you preaching. I wasn't trying to, but pass the collection, played it around, baby. Pass it around. Auntie Tracy, just like the former First Lady Michelle Obama, he in office now, and he don't care about the people unless he makes 6, 8, or 9 figures. You know, look, we're going to bind together. Like any resources, look, if you all, you know, we just have to stay attuned. This is the thing. A lot of the time, when we find ourselves in situations like this, there are initiatives, there are grants, there are different things that we can take advantage of as the people. What we have to do is share those resources with one another to make sure that everyone is able to get whatever it is that they need. Okay. And even if it's not an opportunity where it's like a handout, because we're not talking about those, you know, they say we big on the handouts, honey. They want to stop the handouts. They don't want that. We actually, we got to help each other. And I'm going to leave it at that. Now, this is the thing. I love the fact that we talked tonight about the prayer that Reverend Marion, that she led. And when she asked for mercy from our current administration for some of the things that are going on that we've seen unfolding this week. When she went on MSNBC, she did her interview, and she said a quote that I feel like is something that I hope that you all take with you, because it's certainly something that I got out of it. And here it is. We don't have to go to the highest extremes of contempt when we are in a position of disagreement. I'm going to say it again. We don't have to go to the highest extremes of contempt when we are in a position of disagreement. Y'all ever got into it with somebody and they just start going super hard on you, and you be like, dang, you was holding on to that for a minute. Ooh. Why you was holding on to all that hostile energy? Why are you holding me in such a place of contempt? Ooh, I feel jailed. I'm in prison. I know you have had a moment with somebody where you felt like that you came to the conversation or you came to the situation in your calmest state. You just like, I'm really speaking to you from a place of wow. And they blow up on you. And then what that calls you to do? What y'all do? Because don't get on here and lie. Y'all act the fool right with them. Who's been a victim? It's me. I've been a victim. And when she said that, it was a reminder. It was a reminder that when things go left like that in any situation, because you're going to get into it with somebody. It could be a random person while you in the drive-thru at Starbucks. Okay. It can happen anywhere. Ross, the mall, your job, your house, you know, it can happen anywhere. You don't have to go to the highest extent of contempt. You don't. It's not necessary. It's not worth your peace. Nothing is ever worth your peace. I'm just saying. Drea said, snap back. Latifah said, go lower. Some situations may require for you to go a little bit lower. Okay. Drea said, the highway to hell. So, you know, I tell you what, I'll say this. Reverend Miriam, she left us with a word as far as that was concerned. But, you know, some situations you might have to get in the gutter with it. But for the most part, like we're not allowing anything to disturb our peace like that where we even have to go that hard. Because it's never worth it. It's never worth it. It's never worth our time. Okay. That was tonight's quote of the night. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in with me for another week of the Blueprint Live. I'm really, really excited about all of the things that are coming up. Okay, I'm going to be dropping it on the page. So if you haven't already, make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company everywhere. Just type in at the BP Media Co. and we pop right up. And make sure that you're following me, your girl, MzMetchi. That's MzMetchi, baby. Okay. I want to say a special thank you so much to my sponsors, Live Long Health, Paris Ice Bar, Pretty Curvy Savage, and Fiya Infusions. They help make it possible for my show every week. And, I'm excited to bring you all some upcoming guests. January 31st, Flavor and Finds is premiering. Okay. Shout out to Foodie TV. My show will be available on their platform as well as on YouTube. And I'll be sharing some clips of some things that you all can look forward to. If you have a restaurant, a bar, you got anything, you got some good vittles at your location, please reach out to me. Email me, shoot me an email at info@thebpmediaco.com if you would like to be included in our first or second season of the show. I'm really excited to take what I'm doing here as far as with radio and with my podcast and take it to television. I just feel like that's definitely the next step. So I'm super excited. So many other things that are coming out. If you're in the Chicagoland area, I am putting together a networking brunch that I'm going to do because I would love to meet you all in person. For some of my virtual girls, that haven't come out, and even some of the guys too. I'll have some vendors there. We're going to eat good, drink good, dance, network, really get to know each other. And I'll tell you this, I hosted the networking brunches before COVID, and I didn't bring them back after COVID because I started, just focusing on other ventures. But I have been blessed over these last few years that I've been in business to really come into contact with some super dynamic women that I feel like if we could all get all in one room, that it could absolutely be powerful. And I feel like that for anyone that's tuning in, if you are just kind of, looking for that community, you want to come around the women, the experts, the real movers and the shakers in your area, this is the place where you need to be. And I'm so thankful. I even got the out of town girlies. They like, girl, let me know the dates. I'm just like, ooh, for real? I love it. So I a lot of exciting efforts that are coming up. So y'all please just stay in tune with me. We'll be back next week. I'm super excited about it. I love you all. Stay warm, stay safe. Okay. Be blessed. David said it's a great show today. Thank you so much. David, I always appreciate you tuning in. Just Cynthia, baby, get in touch with me. I need you to come and sell some treats to my tenants. That's real tea offline. Let's get in contact immediately. But thank you so much. I appreciate you for tuning in. Just Cynthia has the treats. If you have a sweet tooth, I need y'all to get with my friends. Okay. Immediately. David, and my Tony the Tiger voice. It was great. Okay. You thought I wasn't going to read it like that. Yes, sir. Okay. I absolutely was. Drea, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, bye.